In today's video, you are welcome. I'm going to talk about a reducing agent and an oxidizing agent. But before I start to talk about reducing agent and oxidizing agent, please subscribe this channel, like the video, and also you can share with a friend so that you can get, every time I make good videos like this, you receive notifications. Now, today I want to take you through what's a reducing agent and oxidizing agent. Be attentive, I'm going to explain it in a simple way. Now, before you understand what we mean by reducing agent and oxidizing agent, remember we should understand the terms called reduction and oxidation. I made for you a video on reduction, oxidation, and redox reactions. Now, reduction, we defined it in four ways. We said reduction is actually removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen or addition of electrons or reduction in the oxidation state or oxidation number. I made that in a separate video. Please look for that video on the same channel, then watch that video to get deeper understanding of reduction, oxidation, and redox reactions. Then, what is oxidation? Oxidation is in fact removal of electrons, addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, or increase in the oxidation state or oxidation number. Now, we emphasized and said that oxidation and reduction reactions cannot occur independently. That in any reaction where there is oxidation, there must be reduction, and the whole reaction will be called redox reaction. Now let's dive into what is a reducing agent. Now, a reducing agent is something that reduces another substance, and what is to reduce is to make the oxidation state to decrease, or to remove oxygen, or to add hydrogen, or to reduce the oxidation number of the other substance. Now, a reducing agent is a substance which removes oxygen from another substance, so it can remove oxygen, it can reduce the oxidation state or oxidation number. So if we have such a reaction, let's look at reducing agent. So in terms of oxygen, it removes oxygen. We can look at copper 2 oxide plus hydrogen. In fact, we receive copper plus water. So hydrogen is a reducing agent, it has removed oxygen from copper. Or we can look at it as addition of hydrogen. Addition of hydrogen. So we can visualize this in two ways. Either adding this hydrogen to that, we are reducing it, or rather can look at a reaction between hydrogen plus chlorine and get HCl. So in this reaction here, chlorine has been reduced to the chloride in hydrogen chloride. So we can say that hydrogen has still reduced chlorine by adding hydrogen to the chlorine. So addition of hydrogen is actually reduction. Then you can also look at in terms of electrons as addition of electrons. So here we can look at a displacement reaction between copper reacting with zinc sulfate to give us copper. This is zinc rather, reacting with copper sulfate to give copper metal plus zinc sulfate. So we look at the one who has, in this reaction, copper gains electrons to become copper metal. So zinc is a reducing agent. It has reduced copper from copper 2 ions. If the equation was ionic, we would say that copper has decreased from copper 2 ions to become copper. Then for zinc, what has happened to zinc? So it has become this way, zinc ions. So this here we add electrons to arrive at that side. Here we remove electrons to arrive at that side. So zinc has reduced copper by addition of electrons to it. So now in terms of oxidation state, the copper 2 ion has become copper. So oxidation state has reduced. So a reducing agent is a substance which removes oxygen from another substance, or adds hydrogen, or adds electrons, or increases the oxidation number of the other element or ion or substance. Let's look at an oxidizing agent. So what is oxidizing agent? Can visualize as a substance. Let's look at in terms of oxygen. A substance which adds oxygen to another substance can visualize magnesium plus sulfur dioxide. You get magnesium oxide plus sulfur. So sulfur dioxide has added oxygen to magnesium, so it has oxidized magnesium. So in terms of electrons, then in terms of hydrogen. So in terms of electrons, we can look at still this equation, plus copper sulfate to give us zinc sulfate plus copper. So if we wrote it ionically, it would be zinc plus copper 2 ions give us zinc 2 ions plus copper. Of course, the ionic equation involves cancelling what we call spectator ions, so sulfates is not appearing, but we can see that for copper 2 to become this, then there must be addition of electrons. For this to become this, it had to lose 2 electrons. So we can realize that in terms of electrons, zinc has been oxidized by losing electrons. So copper 2 ions have removed the electrons from zinc, so they are oxidizing agents. So an oxidizing agent is a substance which removes electrons from another substance. Now we can look at the oxidation state of zinc has gone to +2. So a substance which increases the oxidation state of another substance is called an oxidizing agent. Copper 2 ions or copper sulfate has oxidized zinc to zinc 2 ions or to zinc sulfate. So in terms of now hydrogen, let's look at in terms of hydrogen. In terms of hydrogen, we can visualize this reaction, copper 2 oxide plus ammonia gives us copper plus nitrogen plus water. Now we can look at here that in this case, this ammonia has become nitrogen and water. So in short, ammonia has lost hydrogen. So a substance which removes hydrogen, copper 2 oxide, has caused ammonia to lose hydrogen, so that there is oxidation to nitrogen and water. So removal of hydrogen from a substance is what we are calling oxidation. An oxidizing agent is one that removes hydrogen from another substance. Now let's look at some of the examples about oxidizing agents in some reactions here. I've put here a number of reactions. How do you tell that this is an oxidizing agent or this is a reducing agent? It's always better to visualize all compounds which are ionic as ions in them. So you always ionize those compounds to be able to understand what has actually happened to one element and another element in the same substance. Let's look at the first example here. Magnesium plus bromine gives us magnesium bromide solid. This is an ionic compound, so it contains magnesium ions and bromide ions, but two of them, if we talk about ionizing the compound. Now, it shows that magnesium's oxidation number has changed from 0 to +2, but the oxidation number of bromine has changed from 0 to -1. Up here in the charge is -1 oxidation number. So magnesium has been oxidized, then bromine has been reduced. So magnesium has been oxidized, meaning bromine is an oxidizing agent, so magnesium is a reducing agent. So in every redox reaction where one substance is oxidized, one is reduced, so one will be oxidizing agent, one will be reducing agent. So magnesium is reducing agent, has undergone oxidation, then an oxidizing agent will undergo reduction. Let's look at example 2. This is 2 iron 3 plus zinc gives us 2 iron 2 plus zinc 2 ions. This is an ionic equation, but we can observe this is iron 3, oxidation number +3, oxidation number +2, oxidation number 0, oxidation number +2. So we see that iron, here there is reduction process, here there is oxidation. So a substance that is oxidized is a reducing agent, then a substance that is reduced is an oxidizing agent. It's just the opposite. So zinc is a reducing agent, iron 3 ions are oxidizing agents because they have undergone reduction like that. Let's look at another reaction here. Can look at hydrogen ions plus zinc gives us hydrogen plus zinc 2. So by observation, hydrogen the charge is +1 has gone to 0, zinc the charge is 0 has gone to +2. So hydrogen has been reduced, so it is oxidizing agent, while zinc has been oxidized, so it is a reducing agent. Let's dive into one of the example. Let me skip some. We can look at E here. Iron 3 added 3 gives us 2 iron 2 plus 3 carbon dioxide. Now in case you have some molecules where you can't ionize, like gases can't be ionized, this you can visualize from other definitions such as addition of oxygen, addition of hydrogen. I hope you can see even this other equation of copper 2 oxide. It has a molecule here, it has a molecule there, and this is a molecule, so it will be difficult to ionize them. So you would now be understanding such reactions or such substances from other definitions such as removal of hydrogen, such as addition of oxygen. Now if copper 2 oxide is losing oxygen, it has been reduced, so it's an oxidizing agent. So you can visualize it from there. If this is an oxidizing agent, because it has undergone reduction, so the other friend is actually a reducing agent. Now let's look at this other equation. We can see that this molecule, one thing that we can learn from there is that this iron 3 oxide had oxygen, it no longer has, so it has been reduced because it has lost oxygen. Then definitely this has been oxidized to carbon dioxide. So seeing one part of the equation gives the other one as the opposite. So since iron 3 oxide has been reduced, it is an oxidizing agent. Since carbon monoxide has been oxidized, it is a reducing agent. Thank you for watching. I see you in more learning videos. Subscribe please to this YouTube channel to keep me moving as I deliver you more learning videos of the same. Bye.